Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 6th of October, comes to you from Barcelona in Spain, just at the tail end of holiday. So we start by looking at markets, seeing a lot of red on the screen, a lot of events going on, of course. Dollar strength is still the theme. We had a short-term weakness during the week, but overall we have broken out on the dollar, making two-year highs, and that's having an impact on other currencies, of course. So we're seeing the euro looking weaker against that stronger dollar, making at least 12-month lows, and against the yen, the dollar looking strong above 111, having broken higher there as well. Sterling falling away against that stronger dollar, and also just lots of supply chain issues and fears about inflation starting to hit the currency a little bit. And looking at sterling, it's the euro. We're actually looking stronger here at around 117.50. Looking at Bitcoin, above the $50,000 level, that 83,000 target still very much in place. And if we look at the S&P 500 index, it was actually up yesterday. So we're seeing US equities finding some support on the cloud on the medium-term chart. Remembering this is my weekly, my daily, and my 60-minute chart. And here we're seeing that shorter-term weakness still in the market persisting. The futures are lower today. We're seeing the S&P future down 0.8%, the Nasdaq future down 1%, and of course lots of talk about tech at the moment. Facebook facing quite a myriad of commentary, and we're seeing the chart just starting to look medium-term bearish there. Back to markets, if we look at the FTSE futures down 1%. The VIX volatility is above 22 for the first time in a little while. We're trending here, so looking stronger. Medium-term fears in the market are persisting. If we take a look at some of the European markets, the DAX is down 1.5%, the CAC 40 down 1.4%. So we are just seeing this weakness creeping into markets, and even Tokyo, which has been a bit of an outlier, has been falling away quite heavily the last couple of weeks. Taking a look at the Shanghai index, we're lower here as well, short-term bearish. And we're seeing the same in the Sensex. So we're starting to just see a little bit of sell-off. Sensex actually holding better than most markets, and the Aussie market was down 0.5% overnight. We'll take a look at the energy mix in a minute. We're seeing soft commodities up this morning. Wheat starting to look like it's going to make a long-term breakout. Lots of upside targets. So soft's looking better there. Corn not looking as strong as wheat. We're still in a medium-term downtrend there. Gold is struggling at 17.51. That stronger dollar having a little bit of an impact, and silver sitting at 22. So precious metals still going sideways really over the last year. So not a lot of change there. And if we look at platinum, we're seeing that's really been in a downtrend, as has palladium, really struggling as well. Copper has actually had a very strong year, but it's starting to tail off. So we are just seeing some commodities pressures there. US 10-year yield sitting at 1.5%, 1.55%, and reaching for that 1.75, 1.79 target. So looking strong there as well. The one thing we're really watching at the moment is the German bond market. This is the bond future, and we really just need to make sure we hold this support level. That's going to be critical if we break that level, and we're seeing a succession of lower highs. This is a very long-term uptrend if you look at the long-term chart, so one thing for markets to be fearful about. Now to the energy mix. So we start by looking at Brent Crude. We've got targets here at the moment, $88, $84, that's nearly reached. This is on the daily. This is the daily, 60-minute, 1 minute. You need this multi-faceted view of the market. This is the daily chart and the 60-minute chart. So we're bullish. We went out to clients on Monday with crude oil as bullish for the week. We're seeing WTI pushing higher as well, so that's quite key. And US nat gas sitting at $6.43. We've got quite a lot of big targets here still. $8.33 is the target. This $6 target smashed. $8.33 is the target. We've got one on the 60-minute chart, $6.46. We're nearly there. $6.50, $6.65, and then of course the short-term price action. If you're trading gas, you need these targets. This is on the 1 minute, and that's what we're aiming for at the moment. And any change in picture will show up first on the 1 minute chart. That's what we have to watch. Coal is down 2% this morning, but the trend is stellar on coal. There is just a shortage of targets now because of thrusts. You could spend some time looking for targets, but for the moment on these charts, there's not really any clear indication. Really, what you need to be looking at now is a stop loss on coal, and we've really just that's becoming true of a lot of energy markets. Looking at emissions, not rocketing as much as other markets. We've got a little downside target here on emissions. We've still got these upside targets to play for, but emissions is just not reaching for the sky in the ways that other charts are. The UK emissions chart's now starting to build some history after their introduction not a long time ago, and of course we moved to gas markets, which have been rocketing. So NBP just reaching for the sky. This UK gas. Where does this end? Well, we've got this ridiculous target at 550 on the 0.5% chart, and in fact, if we look at the daily chart on NBP, if I just open up a daily chart, we could just simply hit the T key, and we've had these targets. You can see now there's a shortage of new targets, and you have to almost work to get these targets. So if we go to the 5x3, nothing there. Change targets. We're really seeing this there. 331 is the target that was given on the daily at 176. So that was given on the 20th of August. Very hard to believe, but of course that's where we're headed. So you've really got to just play with these targets. If you don't understand them, you need to do my point and figure course. But the key thing is we've got to start looking at where these targets are on the shorter term chart. So we've got the 1 minute targets there, and if we look at a 1 minute chart, one of the things to do, because we've risen so strongly, you need to use a log scale chart. So what you can do here is just go for a 0.1% log scale. Let's see where we start with that. We hit the T key. We've got the targets, but again, it's really hard now. And once we get a bit of a dampening effect, we will start to see clarity. But for the moment, this is the chart to watch on TTF. So on NBP, sorry, TTF. Here we see the targets, a little bit more clarity. We've got targets here, 166, 136. So again, these on the 1 minute chart, these are the targets to watch. Downside targets, once we start to see more of these, that will be our clue that this run is coming to an end. There's going to be a lot of volatility, there's no question about it. Looking at German power, that's shooting for the moon as well, 165, who would have believed it? We've got a gap this morning, that could actually end up being another gap below, which would be an island reversal. That could be bearish, but for the moment, no clear signs. The 1 minute chart again is going to be key. So, and if you're watching this on OTC data, see how we had 168, that was given and met, 174 not yet met, but these targets being met is absolutely critical. Got a new downside target, keep an eye on these 1 minute charts. That's going to be what you need to watch. And then Nordic power, we're seeing that down this morning, down 1%. The charts here a little bit less good. We actually were neutral on Nordic power this week because it was just a harder read as well. And that's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.